Hello, welcome to the Revolting Man YouTube channel. Obviously, I am not the Revolting Man. I am his wife, Moriah. He has asked me if I've wanted to get in front of the camera for a while now. I'm usually behind the camera. And I figured, sure, hey, why not give it a try and see, well, if I can do it and if I have anything interesting to say. Well, I was thinking about what I would say. It occurred to me that, mostly everything that he talks about is on a very large scale, big picture. He's a big picture kind of guy. So while he brings the macro perspective to a lot of things, I think I tend to look at everything in the micro. So I feel like that would probably be what I would talk about, and some of those things would be what is affecting my family immediately, like in the daily grind. For instance, food, cooking, gardening, women's stuff, I guess you could say. So I have no idea who's gonna watch this. I know that probably not his usual viewers. I don't know, maybe they have some girlfriends or wives or something around that they can pull aside. But the main thing is, I feel like I am pretty much a novice at a lot of things that I do, and that we learn by trial and error, and well, we would just like to show you a little bit of that and maybe bring you along on some of our trials. And well, I guess the first thing that I would like to show the YouTube world is our little fall winter garden. This is going to be a little bit tricky because all I have is my iPhone, which right now I have it on the self, so I can look at myself in the screen, which I tried to do it the other way, and I couldn't even get my face in the view, so it was not working out. And the tricky part about doing it like this is to not look at your face and to look at the camera instead. So if I turn it around, I might not be able to film exactly what I want to. It's going to be a little hard, but I'll try. I was working in this little garden for a little while today. Let's see if we can get it in there good. So I was spreading manure around a little bit more, just trying to hoe up some weeds. We planted in the end of the first week in October, so probably around October 7th. We planted broccoli, cabbage, onions, garlic. Those were our main crops. I mean, I say crops, but it's really tiny, really. And then I planted some herbs, and kind of like I tried to do the little cottage garden shape. But well, I think I put them in too late. I think the broccoli is supposed to have already matured. This is my guess anyways, from observing other people's gardens around town. But they're doing okay. I think they might. This one has gotten nibbled on by chickens. That we have a couple of loose chickens that like broccoli a lot. So that one, I don't know, might be okay. But the rest of them are forming little heads. So hopefully we'll get a broccoli crop. Broccoli has done really well for us in the springtime, in the early spring. We have usually a good luck with it. And most of the brassica families seem to do really well in early spring. So we thought we'd try them in fall, but I think that I don't quite have the hang of the fall crops yet. This is the first time I've planted onions in the fall, and the first time ever I've planted garlic. No, that's not right. I planted garlic last spring before I learned it was supposed to be a fall crop in the South. And so I've heard that you're supposed to bury the onions and the garlic pretty well under mulch, and that way they'll be nice and warm, and then in the early spring they can really develop. And so I've really got my fingers crossed. I really want some good onions, and hopefully they'll produce well. I haven't had good luck with onions at all in the springtime. They usually get to a certain size and then they die, I think maybe because of the heat. So am I even doing this right? I have no idea. Let's see. I hope you all can see something down here that's worth looking at. What else did I want to say? Oh, the soil. I have figured that the only way that you can really work with Georgia red clay is to keep amending it, keep putting organic matter in it. And so, I don't know if you can tell, but I've got several different mulches that I keep putting on it. I've got hay, we put manure on it. I've got some bean shells or husks from where we've shelled beans over the fall and winter. What else? Well, I guess that's about it, but you know, I think that's the trick, because the Georgia clay is just it gets to be a brick in the heat, you know, of the summertime. It just bakes, and you know, the top will just be this solid crust, and so in order to grow, it seems like in order to grow a lot of things, but especially root crops, you know, you really want loose soil, and it just seems to be impossible with Georgia clay. So that's the only thing that we've figured, is that we just keep putting more and more stuff on it. And that's what we're trying to do at our big garden as well. This is just a small, tiny plot compared to that. But I guess it helps to look at things on that minute level. You want to say hi?
Hi.
This is Zephaniah. Are you helping? Oh.
I found something.
He was helping earlier. What did you find?
I found something.
What is it?
I don't know.
Well, it looks like a piece of clay, like we were just talking about. Well, anyways, let's see. I was a little worried about, let's see if I can get a good view of this, some kind of wilt, or, you know, something happening with the broccoli leaves. It hasn't been too cold this winter. We've had a couple of really cold nights, but only a couple, you know, down into the 20s. So who knows? This is the first time for me, basically, I think I tried broccoli and cabbage one year in the winter time, but only a couple plants. So hopefully we'll get some good broccoli and cabbage. So the cabbage is sort of starting to form little heads there, and that's that. We will maybe, oh, and here's our spinach, and we've been eating this spinach, so we've been you know, I'll leave a couple of big leaves on it, and I'll harvest the rest when there's some other leaves. And so that was nice. Have a little bit of fresh greens over the winter. That's the awesome part about living in the South. I wonder if I can turn this around. All right, well, thanks for watching and bearing with me. Look, I'm looking at myself instead of the camera again. That's gonna be tricky. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.